Welcome back, everybody, for the last two videos of the last part of the last topic of transformations. We've already gotten this far. I can't even believe it. Okay, so recapping transformations real quick. There are four main transformations, and we've already talked about three of them. We've talked about translating, which is just sliding something left and right or up and down. We've talked about reflecting, which is flipping things either left or right over the y-axis or up or down over the x-axis. We've talked about dilating things, all right, dilation, to make something bigger or smaller. You're multiplying the coordinates by a number, or you're dividing the coordinates by a number. The last one that we have to take a look at is a rotation, all right, to turn or spin something. So there's two main ways that you're going to rotate items. You're going to rotate things actually clockwise or counterclockwise. What we're going to do is talk about clockwise first. Then you guys are going to practice a few clockwise problems on your own. Then I'll meet you over at the next video, the last video, and we'll talk about counterclockwise. All right, so taking a look at a clock, all right, clockwise, which way do the hands on the clock normally turn, all right, or normally rotate? They normally rotate to the right. Clockwise rotates things this way. All right, so this little center point right here is kind of like, it's acting like the origin on your coordinate plane. Everything is rotating around that center point on the coordinate plane. All right, so let's actually take a look at an example here, right? An actual problem. So as always, you got your coordinate plane all over here. You have this little helper here for your coordinates and your directions. Instead of an actual shape, all Ms. Coleman and I are asking you guys to do is to rotate a single point. So this right here is that point's coordinates, right? And over here, here's your original point, or here's your given point. And as always, all right, this area is your main responsibility for this topic. So let's take a look at the directions. You're going to rotate the given point, all right, or the original point, 90 degrees clockwise around the origin, and then you're going to fill in the coordinates. All right. This is the toughest one to do with distance learning, but Ms. Coleman and I came up with a way that's going to make this a lot easier for you guys to do. All right. That's what this little guy down here is for. So what you guys are going to do is grab a scrap piece of paper, and from the origin, you're going to write down how you're getting to that original point, all right? That's actually what the coordinates here are telling you. So you got -4, +2, so you're going left 4 and up 2, just like this right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to write down on a scrap piece of paper like what this little pink arrow is showing. All right, this right here is my example of what your scrap paper would look like. This little dot right here represents your origin. You're going to the left 4 and you're going up 2, and this arrow is pointing to exactly where A is. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate the paper, all right, the scrap piece of paper, 90 degrees clockwise. All right. If you notice, the coordinate plane is broken up into 4 parts, all 90 degrees. So this paper right here is pretty much going to rotate everything for us, and it's going to point to exactly where A prime is supposed to be. So clockwise is turning it to the right, this direction, all right, this way. We're rotating it. So since my paper is kind of like laying this way, sideways, when I rotate it, now it's going to look like it's standing upright. So this right here is your roadmap to where A prime is supposed to go. From the origin, now I'm going to go 4 up and 2 to the right, and that's exactly where A prime is supposed to be. So here's that little roadmap, all right, as a little visual. We took everything here, we rotated it 90 degrees, so now it's right here. So what you would do is you would grab A prime, all right, and follow your little roadmap. So from the origin, I got to go up 4 over 2, and then just drop your A prime right there. That's exactly where it needs to be. We just took everything and rotated it. And lastly, once you got A prime is where it's supposed to be, you just got to fill in the coordinates. So where is A prime as a coordinate? Well, it's 2 to the right, so that's 2 for the x, and it's 4 up. And there you go. You're all good. All right, let's take a look at another example here. Let's get another problem in as an example. So again, we got coordinate plane, the directional help, original coordinates. All right, we're rotating all of these 90 degrees clockwise. So how are we getting from the origin to that point? All right, well, if you look at the original coordinates, it's 5 to the right and 8 down. So again, that's what you would write on a scrap piece of paper. This little point right here is your origin, 5 to the right and 8 down, and that little arrow that you would draw is pointing to where B prime is supposed to be. So remember, these things are being rotated 90 degrees clockwise. So you're going to spin that scrap paper 90 degrees clockwise this way. So turning that paper 90 degrees clockwise makes it look like this now. So from the origin, I got to take B prime, go down 5 and over 8, and that's exactly where it's supposed to be. So grab B prime, go down 5 over 8, and put it right there. And that's exactly where B prime is supposed to be. Now, once you do that, you just got to get the coordinates for it. So from the origin here, I go 8 to the left. All right, so that's a -8. And then down 5, so that's a -5. All right, so if I take a look at the first problem here, the one that you guys are going to work on your own, how you get to A from the origin is to the right 7 and then up 4. All right, right 7, up 4. So you're going to rotate that 90 degrees. So now you're traveling 7 down on this line and then over 4 this way. It's going to take a little getting used to, but this little rotating map is going to help you guys. You guys are going to work on the next 4 on your own, all right, including this one. If you guys have any problems or questions, please reach out to Ms. Coleman and myself. We can help you out. There's lots of different ways we can help you out. Also, feel free to watch the video a couple of times. It might make a little bit more sense the more times you watch it. And I will see you guys at the next video. All right, take care.